What's up guys, Dan Furlani here and welcome back to a new video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and there's one thing you need to know. I make videos, tutorials, reviews, vlogs about the Canon EOS R, the Canon 90D and the Canon M50. If you subscribe, don't forget to activate the notification bell. That way you make sure you won't miss any of my future videos. Now, hit the like button and let's start. Okay, what do I talk about today? Well, there is one question they always ask me. What's better, the Canon 90D or the Canon EOS R? Or, I own a Canon M50, should I upgrade to the Canon 90D or the Canon EOS R? Or the R6, R5? Unfortunately, I do not own a Canon R6 or a Canon R5, so I can give you advice if you need to choose between the Canon 90D and the Canon EOS R, or if you're fine with the Canon M50. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you some clips. One shot with the Canon M50, one with the Canon 90D, and one with the Canon EOS R. But I won't tell you which one is which for now. You're gonna have to guess. But I start telling you right now, before showing you the first batch of clips, that to be fair in this comparison, I use the same lens with the three cameras. The EFS 24mm f2.8, which works perfectly without the need of any adapter on the Canon 90D, with the Viltrox adapter on the Canon M50, and with the Canon adapter on the Canon EOS R. And we're going to see the 1080 produced by these cameras with this lens. And then the 4K. Check it out. Alright, so what do you think about it? Leave a comment down below, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And check the links in the description to see all my gear stuff and things. By gear. And check the link to Epidemic Sound and you can get 1 month of awesome music and great sound effects for 1 month for free. So far everything looks pretty much with the same field of view, more or less, because we're using a crop sensor lens, so a 24mm that corresponds to a 38-ish, something like that, on all three cameras, because the Canon 90D is a crop sensor camera, the Canon M50 is a crop sensor camera, the Canon EOS R is not the crop sensor camera, it's a full frame, but when you use EFS lenses on it, it acts like a crop sensor camera. Now, what happens when we shoot in 4K? Check it out. Alright, again, leave a comment down below. Were you able to guess which camera is which, A, B or C? I guess now you might be able to tell which camera is which camera corresponds to which clip. Because we know that when we shoot in 4K, we get a huge crop on the Canon M50. However, even though there was this huge crop, I placed the camera farther away to get more or less the same field of view that I get with the other cameras. Because on the Canon 90D we have the uncropped option for the 4K, so there's no additional crop. On the Canon EOS R, when you shoot with an EFS lens in 4K, you don't get any additional crop. But okay, there's also to say that I shot these clips with the same default picture profile, which is neutral, which according to many of us is the best default picture profile or picture style. I made a little color correction and color grading in post, but now I would like to show you some more clips. you know, it wouldn't be fair towards the Canon EOS R to shoot with a default picture profile when we have C-Log that we don't have on the 90D and the M50. So what did I do? I selected, well, downloaded and installed a long time ago, and I used Technicolor CineStyle, which is a flat profile that you can use on your Canon cameras if you do not have C-Log. So we might have a little bit more flexibility in post, and I tried to color grade these clips pretty heavily. It's gonna be in 4K. Check it out. Just let me know what you think about it. Again, leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe if you aren't already. And check the links in the description to see all my gear stuff and things. My gear. I guess now I can tell you, but you probably are already able to tell which camera corresponds to which clip. By the way, at least for what concerns the M50, considering that you've seen footage in 4K, and besides the fact that I had to reframe it, placing the camera farther away, but it's not only that. Because when you shoot in 4K with the Canon M50, you lose the dual pixel autofocus. What does it mean? The dual pixel autofocus doesn't work. It gets a different kind of focus, like contrast based, and it kinda sucks. So you probably noticed in one of the clips, the autofocus is like, not really good. It sucks. Well, that's the Canon M50 in 4K. So camera A was the Canon 90D, camera B was the Canon M50, and camera C, the Canon EOS R. Let me know if you guessed right from the beginning. And okay, so which one should you get? Let's say if you don't own any of these cameras, it depends what you want to do. If you vlog, if you make YouTube videos and things like that, family videos, family photos, the Canon M50 is a great option for sure. But if you want to shoot in 4K, well, I would go for the Canon 90D because you can use EF and EFS lenses and all you get is a 1.6 crop. No extra crop when you shoot in 4K, unless you choose the option, the cropped 4K, but you can choose. So you can use a 10 to 18 millimeters, for example, and vlog in 4K. I mean, I don't know, what would you want to vlog in 4K? But your choice. I mean, you can do that. So if you want to shoot in 4K, in my opinion, the 90D is the best option. Why not the EOS R? Well, it's because you've seen it now, like today, in this video, in 4K with no crop because I'm using an EFS lens. But when you use an EF lens and you shoot in 4K, it crops so much. I don't say it's not usable to shoot in 4K, but the crop is huge. And also, when you use an EFS lens for crop sensor cameras on the Canon EOS R, you can't shoot high frame rates. You don't have 120 frames per second, and you don't have 60 frames per second. That means you can't shoot B-rolls. If you want to shoot B-rolls in slow motion, you won't be able to do that. High frame rate, like 60, 120, they work only if you use native RF and EF lenses on the Canon EOS R. But on the Canon 90D, whatever you put there, EF and EFS lenses, you can do slow motion. You can shoot in 4K with no crop. The M50, as you have seen, when you shoot in 4K, basically loses the autofocus. So, I don't know, it depends. If you already own a Canon M50, you know that. You have seen the quality you can get out of the EOS R and the 90D, and I hope this video helped you a little bit to make a step forward towards your decision to upgrade. Canon 90D, Canon EOS R. I love the EOS R, but I use the Canon 90D a lot, so it's up to you. You judge, you decide. Anyways, I gotta get going now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.